You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
Look, it's the Oilers try. Oh, let's lay on. Look, look, it's the Oilers trying to grab the top spot in the Pacific Division. Let's get into it with the lead. We only have the creative juices to do like one funny thing for the lead, so then we just have to keep recycling similar bits for the rest of the week. Welcome into Oilers Nation Everyday, live from the Sports Closet studio and live on the Oilers Nation YouTube. It's a short for giant game day edition of the show, and look who's back from Moose Jaw and rocking a beautiful Moose Jaw Warriors hat.
Notice that.
Let's go Warriors.
Yeah, there's a big couple of both dubs. Did they win both games you went to?
They throttled them in game one. Came up a little lame in game two, but were able to tie it up and force overtime, one overtime.
Who scored the OT winner? Was it Savoy?
Nope.
No.
Savoy didn't score it.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, it's a Lacatician or something like that. It wasn't Fergus Circus. It wasn't Savoy. It wasn't Matejchuk.
Oh, that's their other big gun, Matejchuk.
Oh, he's legit. There's a kid, and I got to remember his name for Brandon. He's like 6'12".
Oh, Charlie Ellick.
Yeah, Ellick sounds right.
Yeah.
Kid
can play.
He's like 6'5". He's 17. It's not his draft year for Brandon. And I'm like, this guy's going to be someone. I'll get you his name later. I was scouting for the Oilers as well.
Okay, bunch of people, and by bunch, I mean like 9 people have already said in the chat, Tyler, are you sad about Stephon Diggs? Yes.
Well, you shouldn't be.
I know.
You should be. I'll allow you to be, but you shouldn't be.
Well, I guess he was rather ineffective near the end. So what is it now, like the Gabe Davis Kincaid show?
Gabe Davis signed in Washington?
Oh.
Jacksonville.
Their number one wide receiver is Khalil Shakir.
Curtis Samuel?
Yeah. Anyways.
So they're going to be, they'll be getting someone then.
Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
I would shit my pants. If
they will. They should.
New phone on the floor.
They should. They totally should go after Jefferson.
Yeah, they should. I don't think they have the picks to get her done. But anyways, I'm sad.
He's a free agent.
Because it's the end of an era, right?
Is he a free
agent?
agent?
No, Justin Jefferson's not a free agent. He's still young, man. He's in like year 3 of his career.
Maybe next year he's a free agent.
I think like 3 years from now he would be.
No.
Yeah.
So look.
Anyways, it's a sad end of the end of an era.
Out of LA.
No, he's Jesus Christ. No, he's old and hurt.
He's Edelman 2.0, man.
Yeah.
But like more dangerous.
All right, we'll talk Oilers. Last night on the out-of-town scoreboard, I guess you could kind of say the Oilers got some help. The Vegas Golden Knights double up the Vancouver Canucks. It's the lead for today. It's the race for the top spot in the Pacific Division. And for a while there, I was kind of sitting there being like, I don't think I really care all that much for no other reason than I thought the difference between playing LA and Nashville was negligible. It's not big enough for me, but now I'm sitting here going, okay, Vegas 5 points clear of LA. Even if LA wins their game in hand, it's still 3 points, only 7 games to go in the season. That's a mighty difficult gap for LA to close. So it looks like if you can catch Vancouver, you're getting Nashville. Very good. If you can't catch Vancouver, you are indeed getting Vegas in round 1. I think it's imperative that you catch Vancouver. I think a first-round matchup with Nashville is significantly easier to get through than a first-round matchup against the Vegas Golden Knights. So I know you got to beat everybody eventually and all of that stuff. Eventually, you're going to run into good teams, but I want that good first-round matchup. And once you eventually do get to a Vancouver or Vegas, I want home ice in round 2 as well. So I think it's massive that the Oilers try to do this.
It all depends if Stone is back.
Well, Hurdle's skating, as Dacky says in the chat. Hurdle's back in a contact jersey.
Yeah, so but Stone is the lifeline of that team, and so if he's there for playoffs, like that's extremely scary. And then it's like anyone but Vegas. But if he's not, I'm not as concerned. Nashville is they're super they're red hot right now. Is it sustainable? They've kind of
they've lost 3 in a row now.
They've had a little bit coming an adjustment, a course correction, if you will. But it's still a team with UC Soros and Roman Josi. So I know on paper we are much better, but there is a potential to get goalied by the Preds. They've got that type of goalie where I don't think so on Vegas, and especially they don't have Stone. Like, I'm torn. It's all circumstantial for me.
So for me, like, you look at a time when the Oilers got goalied, for example, against the Winnipeg Jets, even against the Vegas Golden Knights. Those were situations where, like, you were getting goalied, but that other team was sitting there with anywhere from 3 to 5 really good offensive players contributing, right?
We had leads in every fucking game too.
That too.
Like, that's annoying.
Yeah. I look at Nashville more of like, okay, Yossi, very, very good.
Yep.
Can keep up with McDavid, one of the few defensemen who can keep up with him off the rush, all that stuff. Saros, capable of stealing you playoff games. Absolutely.
Yep.
But that's not an offense that has 3 to 5 good pieces. That's one. It's Philip Forsberg, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. But if it's like just a grindy, low scoring game, like this is where, and it's like, I totally think Edmonton can beat Nashville. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate here and just trying to totally assess the situation. Like, yeah, you know, coming out of the Ontario weekend, I'm like, there's no chance we can catch Vancouver.
Yeah.
But like, now I'm back again being like, this is getting plausible. And our game with them coming up here soon is going to be super important. And like, gosh darn it, losing that point in St. Louis sucked.
Stings a little bit more, but it's also, in a weird way, an inconsequential point when you look at the standings right now, because instead of being 4 back, you're 5 back. You still got to win your 2 games in hand, and you still have to beat Vancouver, because remember, you won't have the tiebreaker over the Canucks. So you have to finish a point clear of them. So that 1 point was still pretty significant. You win your 2 games in hand, you beat the Canucks. You are the top team in the Pacific Division. I still think that's important. The Vancouver Canucks schedule, I think, is important as well. They just played Vegas last night. They're going to play Arizona tonight. Arizona should be an easy spot on the bingo card, but they are 5-5 in their last 10. And Vancouver's playing now on the second of back-to-backs. After Arizona, they then go out Saturday to play the LA Kings. They then head back home to host the Vegas Golden Knights. So, again,
Kings want to win. They don't have to play, Dallas first round?
Yeah. And Arizona, again, actually above 500 on home ice this season. So
that's the mullet.
Neither of their next 3 are cakewalks per se, but granted, none of the Oilers' next 3 are cakewalks.
No, we got tonight's a big, big, big game. And it's a good matchup. I like kind of playing some of these teams later in the season when we at least know our playoff fate is somewhat sealed. To see kind of how we size up.
Yeah, I think it's good. We did get a question in the chat from FICO, who said, do you think they can catch Dallas for the top spot in the West? You're 8 back with 2 games in hand. You're not catching Dallas for the top spot in the West, although there is a chance you end up holding the tiebreaker. Closing 8 points in that little of a gap, it is difficult. Like 5 to catch Vancouver is enough of a stretch as is.
Yeah, no, it's 5 with 2 games in hand. So essentially, let's just assume we win those 2, and then it's only 1 point we're going to catch up. So it's more realistic.
Let's kick things off a little bit, because I saw Mulek says shutdown game going to be a low scoring one. Let's talk about our game notes a little bit.
I'm thinking the same way. You'll see.
Let's talk about our game notes. Today is brought to you by our friends at Star Mechanical. You can find them online, starmechanical.ca. Usually the sponsor of the guest line. You can trust your local Star, residential, commercial, 24/7 emergency service. Did you hear Jason Demers on our show yesterday?
I did.
That story about him going to Kate's house for dinner and Chiarelli and Lucic basically just icing him out it's heartbreaking. And as Liam's dug into over the last little bit, the domino effect it set off in Oilers history is also not great to think about.
It's also not surprising. Like Chiarelli, his draft day note is sign Lucic at all costs.
Yeah.
No matter what, sign Lucic.
I think from my research, so the right side would have been Lawson, Davidson, until they traded for Desharnais.
Yeah.
And then Matt Bennon.
Who
would you rather? Well, Jason Demers might have been a good top 4 defenseman for you.
He might have been. That might have worked out.
Traded Hall. You wouldn't have had to trade Lucic. Then you wouldn't have lost a pick for James Neal.
You had to trade Hall.
You didn't have to.
You didn't have to.
No, you had to.
Did you have to? Why did they have to? Genuine question.
Because it's Connor's team now when it was Taylor's team. So that already, like, that right there should just be enough. And I think there was and obviously hindsight's telling you should have done it, because that was kind of the peak of his career trajectory.
Hall?
You get the most value. Hall.
I mean, he won an MVP the next year. That next year was his peak, and then
But like that's pretty fucking close.
yeah, okay, sure.
But if you get
one MVP
Hall,
next year.
was his contract $6 million?
Yeah.
So you get Hall for $6 million and have what he's doing. I see what you're saying about the changing of the guard and everything, but like he would have been better than Lucic that year.
Oh yeah, it's
that's kind of
like what else could we
thing,
have done with that money?
Jason
Demers plus,
Demers, I
Demers
guess.
plus,
Yeah.
like Demers plus,
Yeah.
like an amazing
Yeah.
third line, something.
Anyways, the interview yesterday was very good with Jason Demers on the Star Mechanical Guest Line. Go back, check that out. Excited to have him as a regular member of the show going forward
Really?
throughout the playoffs. Every week.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you guys.
I know.
We got Demers, Gazdick,
Gazdick,
another special guest. We can't announce that one yet, though. It's not at the finish line.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Frank Saravalli, the guy we're talking about to join us after games. Okay.
Don't remember.
Wow,
Of course
plugged
you
in.
don't.
All right,
Anyway.
plugged in as me, Liam.
Anyways, to our game notes, Dallas is absolutely red hot right now. They are riding a 7-game winning streak. And Mulek, you talked about the low scoring matchup potentially. Well, how about this? Dallas has scored more than 3 goals in 5 of those 7 wins, 4+ in 5 of the 7. So their offense is absolutely humming right now.
But for us to win, we have to shut them down. So that's just Mulek's logic, which
Sure.
I think and I support.
Yeah, and I get that. The point is it's a red hot offense right now. Since February 1st, the Dallas Stars are 17-6-3. But on home ice, they actually haven't been all that dominant. 6-4 straight up on home ice in that stretch since February 1st. And another area that may work into my keys to victory tonight is the fact that Dallas's penalty kill on home ice in the last 2 months is one of the worst marks in the NHL at just 73%. So there are a couple things, even though this Dallas team is red hot, it hasn't come from a lot of home success on home ice. Their penalty kill has been incredibly leaky. But one thing that does really, really scare me about this Dallas team right now, it hasn't been the case pretty much at any point all year. Jake Ottinger's looking really damn good. On the season, he only has a 900 save percentage, but here are his last 5 games. 920 save percentage, 2 goals against. 909 save percentage, 2 goals against. 929 save percentage, 2 goals against. 964 save percentage, 1 goal against. 17 of 17 for a shutout against Seattle. His last 5 games have all been 2 goals or less, have all been 909 or better.
We know what that's like.
Jake Ottinger's heating up.
We've seen that on our side before.
With Stuart Skinner potentially getting hot, which I think you could look and say he has.
Well, he did do that.
Yeah.
Skinner has
Sure, right.
920 in his last 5.
That is very good. So maybe that does lend a little
Fire
bit.
with fire. The penalty kill is interesting because the Oilers' road power play sucks. In comparison to their home, it's like 40%. I think their road is like, I say sucks. I'm pretty sure it's like 18.
Mhm.
So
that sucks.
it does kind of suck, actually. Yes.
You mentioned the head-to-head of Skinner and Ottinger. That brings us to our Sherwood Ford Giant question of the day. Stuart Skinner's not starting tonight. The Oilers are going with Calvin Pickard between the pipes. An interesting choice when you consider the schedule coming up. One, Calvin Pickard did deliver for them against the Dallas Stars back on February 17th.
He sure did.
It was a game in Dallas where he stopped 24 of 27 in an overtime victory, but a lot of people picked apart those goals against.
But do you remember the game before that he started was the Minnesota game? Where he,
That was the game after.
what was the one before then? Because the one before he was not very good.
The one before he stopped 24-27 against the Ducks.
Maybe I'm forgetting it. Maybe I got those two mixed up.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, because he.
So why are they starting Pickard?
Because I think it's weird too. I thought they would have gone all 3 Skinner on the road trip and then just played Pickard against the Flames.
Yeah, Jack Michaels with this note. Pickard beat the Stars on February 16th. It was February 17th. Got you, Jack. But it sets up Skinner to start Friday at home against Colorado. Game you obviously want to win them all. You want to beat Dallas, but Skinner played really well last time out against the Avs. Pickard played really well last time out against the Stars.
Yep.
And I think, again, point of emphasis, keep Stuart Skinner as rested as possible down the stretch and into the playoffs. I don't hate the decision to go with him. I actually think I said the other day on pre-gaming with Aaron. Yeah, they're going to go Pickard, Skinner, Pickard. I think it's a fine spot to get him some rest. I don't hate this decision at all. It's our Sherwood Ford Giant question for sherwoodford.ca. Check out their large inventory of new and used vehicles. When you use Sherwood Ford as your next dealership, as our boy Bag Milk is finding out, you get all the perks that come with it.
Actually, another interesting part about this is, so next week, if they go Skinner on, what was it?
Pickard on
Skinner,
Saturday.
Pickard on Saturday.
Yeah,
You go Skinner against Vegas
on Wednesday
and
because
then
you have
a
3 days off.
back-to-back.
You
So
go-
the rest of the way, they might just alternate.
Yeah, so it would be, do we have the schedule up, AB? Let's flash this up so people can get the visual. Pickard tonight, Skinner Friday, Pickard Saturday, next Wednesday, Skinner, Pickard against Arizona, the easy spot on the bingo card, we hope. And then Saturday, you're right back to the Vancouver Canucks. Massive game.
Huge.
Top spot in the division comes down to that night.
I hope it comes down to that night.
It lines up perfectly to have Stuart Skinner play in that hockey game. You cut to the week after, and
Pickard.
you probably go, I think, Skinner on home ice against oh no, actually you're probably going straight rotation the rest of the way. Because then you're going to go again, Skinner against Van, Pickard on home ice against San Jose, second last game of the year, just play Skinner against Arizona, and you're hoping final game of the season doesn't mean anything and you can just roll Pickard out against Colorado.
Top of the division, doesn't matter. Got it.
So I think that would finish Skinner with, what would that be, 55 now?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just quickly, another thing, we're getting way too ahead of ourselves in this whole conversation.
Why?
What time is puck drop between the Oilers?
Pacific champion Oilers.
Well, I was trying to think, is there a chance that last game, Vancouver, we already know where they're at and we know if we need the 2 points or not? Edmonton plays at 7:30 on the 18th. Vancouver plays at 6 in Winnipeg. So no, there wouldn't be a scenario where you
But
know.
if we stack up some points and they keep sliding,
Yeah, you're
then
right.
The math could just be on our side
The thing that'll hurt, though, is that you don't own the tiebreaker.
because we want half the team to be on the plane after the first period.
I know, but you need to be up then by 3 points in the race by the time you get to the last day of the regular season on the 18th for that to play out.
Got some work to do.
Yeah.
Never stop.
So,
Never
anyways,
stopping.
back to the giant
and
question.
Let the Canucks slide.
We've just kind of ridden through the entire schedule, and the goalies is starting Pickard the right decision tonight.
Looking at the schedule now, I actually think it probably is. There is a lot of games just jammed into the last 2 weeks. I think they have 6 games in 9 nights.
Yeah.
That's
So
inhumane.
it's probably the right decision. And you look at the way it works out, if you can just rotate every other night.
Why
But
not?
although I would like it if Skinner played back-to-back games, I guess he would have the Vancouver San Jose game probably.
Yeah.
I can like
I can
we
work with
have to
both.
start like resting Skinner leading up to playoffs, but still giving him enough play time. I get it. I get if you had to make a decision of Skinner playing whether he plays Dallas or Colorado. I like the logic of Pickard. You know, the juju around sport is interesting sometimes of having Pickard go against Dallas.
Skinner, if it just went every other game, or the ones that we just predicted, whatever, he would finish with 57 games started on the season, 59 games played, but one of those games played is like the 2 minutes he played against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Let's go Pickard.
Let's go Pickard. Pickard gets the
believe.
ball tonight. Yeah, that end of the schedule there. I mean, first off, again, just to finish up the point on resting Skinner. So he got this game on the 1st against the Blues, and then he's basically only going to play one time between the 1st and the 10th of the month, which is nice. That should give him a nice chance to rest. And then when the schedule gets super compact down towards the stretch, that's when you can start to ramp him up a little bit. So,
And then we're predicting that
yeah.
they probably start game 1 on the 21st.
They have to. They can't start on the 20th.
Yeah,
that's like
would either.
illegal. I think.
yeah,
Mhm.
although Frank did say he thinks the league will want to put one Western Conference game on Saturday night as a late game. But the
That's
issue
got
is,
to be another. There's got to be other teams that aren't ending their season on Thursday.
I think all the West teams do, or
What?
close to it.
Well,
Which is
I
weird.
think it would be
Super
more
weird.
fair if Colorado got home ice to put them
Yeah.
on the Saturday.
I think that's what you could do, is something like
They're
that.
not traveling.
Actually, the Stars end their regular season on the 17th, so
Oh, there
you could
go.
do Stars.
Oh, Stars Kings.
Yeah, Kings end their regular season. See, but they end their regular season at home on the 18th. So I
But
guess
they're
fly them
also at
out.
home
cares
for
about the
5
Kings?
days.
Yeah, fly them out on that.
5
Yeah, you're right.
games, sorry.
I think you could probably do, if it is a Stars Kings first round, you could do that one on the 20th. My prediction, I think they'll want to put McDavid's playoff opener at a real primetime slot. So I think the Oilers will open up their playoffs Sunday, the 21st, 6 o'clock puck drop. And we'll get the classic. Edmonton's always good for a handful of those in the playoffs because they like having a few McDavid games start primetime 8 o'clock out east. probably going to be Saturday 6 o'clock, I think, for the Oilers, or Sunday 6 o'clock.
I
21st.
am
Sounds awesome.
so down with that.
I love it.
Playing the playoffs. I love 6 o'clock games.
Now that it's great to be in a spot as Oilers fans. Like, I mean, when they made it in 2017, it was like, decade of darkness is over. It's so exciting.
Players
and then,
whenever you want. Put us on the moon if you want.
And then there was like the bubble playoffs, and that was all awkward, and the Canadian division. But and then the other thing I like now, there are like little things I now look forward to about playoff runs. I live for those early playoff games we get where you go to the game, Rogers Place is electric, then you walk out and the sun's still out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
It is. And I've been on this planet and living in Edmonton for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It never ceases to amaze me in the spring when the days get longer. Like, oh my God, it's still light out. Like, I'm still in awe of that.
It's an absolute high.
It's
the
an
best.
absolute high. Like, I'm going to bed and it's still light out. And it's April.
Going to bed at what, 9:12?
Hashtag dad life.
Yeah,
you were
good.
talking the other day how you had a great weekend because you went to bed at 10 p.m. both nights.
A whole long weekend.
That's nice.
Yeah, the only one that would have been later would have been after the game on Thursday. I think I would have been in bed by like 10:45 that night. But it's great. Oh, that's good.
Surprised you got up in the morning.
Had to sleep in, almost slept through Oilers Nation Radio on the Friday. Started at 10. All right, let's continue along with the show. People talking about the start time tonight. Yes, it is going to be a 7:52 puck drop between the Oilers and Stars tonight.
Is it really?
TNT game.
Holy moly.
Man, that's late.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking out loud. I know we usually do pre-gaming with Boardsy 1 hour before puck drop. So it's a 7:30 start. We'd usually start at 6:30. We should just start at 7 and go right up to actual puck drop tonight. That probably makes more sense.
Done.
Right? Actually have a pregame show so there's not like an awkward 22.
Maybe I'll get a pregame nap in.
Yeah, like a 22-minute gap from when we end our pregame show to puck drop. Probably doesn't make a ton of sense, but
I hate when they do that.
I know, it's the worst. Anyways,
what happened with the St. Louis game?
Why did it go so long?
No, like,
why was it just a weird hockey game?
Yeah, well, no, like with the TV situation. Like, I missed some of the game.
Oh yeah, because
you had to go to Sportsnet Oilers, the blackout channel.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people in the chat that said they didn't.
Well, I recorded it, right? So it was like
so did my brother-in-law. He was pissed.
See, this is why
we were up 1-0. So I'm like, I did my part, I guess.
So I was talking to this with Tyler before the show today, and he gave me a very logical answer, and I didn't like it. So last night I went to go and watch Vancouver versus Vegas, but I couldn't watch it because it was on Sportsnet Pacific. So instead, I had to watch Calgary versus Anaheim. Why not just put one of those games on Sportsnet 1? And like the same thing with the Oilers game the other day, you were saying the argument would be that the people in the West sponsor, the sponsors in the West pay for the Oilers game. So why did I get the back half of the Leafs game to start the Oilers game?
Because it's like a broadcasting rule that if you start a game, you need to finish it.
Then
which is dumb as hell.
Game.
Yeah, it's super dumb. There's no reason.
One.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. There's no reason why an Oilers game should be getting bumped off Sportsnet West for a Leafs Panthers game.
Did you also see the graphic Sportsnet put out yesterday? The Austin Matthews thing?
Oh, with the Hart Trophy?
Oh,
or no, Art Ross. Sorry, it was Art Ross.
So they put out the race for the Art Ross, and obviously it was McKinnon, Kucherov, and McDavid. And at the bottom, they put Austin Matthews has this many points. And isn't he like 6th in scoring, 7th in scoring, something like that?
I think William Nylander's outscoring him on his own team.
Ridiculous.
Points wise.
People were not happy.
No.
The X-verse was not happy.
Well, I mean, they're rarely happy. Sorry, Matthews is now 3 points ahead of his teammate, William Nylander. So
finally. Put him in their Hart Trophy race.
Where's McDavid now? I don't know if there's any implications last night.
He's 1 point back of both McKinnon and Kucherov.
And how many games does he have in hand?
So Tampa is at 74, Colorado's at 75, Edmonton's at 73. There's games remaining. Perfect. Pat Puff killed it.
Connor McDavid has 1 less assist than Austin Matthews has points this season.
It is wild to also look at this. I don't see Connor McDavid at 29 goals, but he is starting to get going a little bit more.
He's wanting to score again. He didn't want to score.
Which was weird, but
I swear he comes into a season with an agenda.
Yeah.
It's like, I am going to score 60 goals this year. Score 60 goals this year. I'm going to get 100 assists.
Could get 100 assists tonight.
I almost thought about betting that'd be my bet, but then I'm like, Dallas, be tight.
Most guys that come into the year being like, I'm going to score 5 more goals than I did last season. McDavid's like, I'm actually going to do the complete opposite of what I did last year and not score all year.
Yeah.
It is wild.
I'm going to half my goal total, but score 100 assists.
Yeah.
I'm Connor McDavid.
But like he's gonna win the Art Ross.
I mean, yeah, he's got one more game to play than Kucherov, two more games to play than McKinnon.
He's not like when's the last game he went pointless? Knock on wood. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing this tonight. But
Colorado.
Yeah.
Here's the question, Jay. Damn it! Does he get 1,000 points by the end of the season?
He is how short?
24 with 24. 24 with 24 to play.
What? 24 points with 9 to play.
Oh, sorry, I read the wrong points remaining. I read it wrong. 9 to play.
This is like his wheelhouse, man. Like you can like it's tough, but like never rule it out. And if he's 3 points shy of the last game of the season, I bet you he plays to try to get it.
That's what I think too.
Well, the last game of the year will be interesting because if there is potentially nothing up for grabs, I mean, I think the likelihood of there being nothing up for grabs for the Oilers is slim, but there's a higher likelihood there's nothing up for grabs for Colorado. But if McDavid, let's say, is 1 point up on McKinnon and it's the last game of the season, Edmonton, Colorado, does Colorado play McKinnon?
Yes.
I think they would, right?
Oh, yeah. It'd be good. It'd be great television. It'd just be like those two trying to get points.
Yeah. That would be something.
That's kind of interesting how this season could end given that race.
Yeah.
Great scheduling by the NHL.
It's like you think it's scripted.
McDavid's only been held pointless 4 times since the calendar flipped to the new year. Can you name them?
Colorado.
1.
LA.
2. There was one in between those two.
Colorado and LA?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Between Colorado and LA, there was one other game he was pointless.
I don't know.
I'm interested to see if someone can get it in the
Calgary?
chat. Calgary was before LA, so you got 3 of them now. There's one more.
Is it a West or an East team?
It was a road game.
I don't remember.
Road game out east was the other one.
Phil.
They haven't played Philly in a while.
I don't know. New York.
Pitt.
Game before Pitt, it was Buffalo. Buffalo was the game.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. C9 Covert got it in the chat. Congrats, you win nothing. We are gonna.
You can win something.
Yeah, we're gonna play Liam's game in a little bit.
Oh, is that today?
It's Wednesday.
today.
All right.
It
let's
is
go.
Wednesday.
I am 0 for lifetime on Liam's game.
Today's
a
one's
great
easy,
chance.
one's hard.
Today's a new day.
Isn't that always the format?
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Today I decided to switch the easy one. It should be the hard one, and now my hard one's the easy one.
I need to talk about this. We were talking about how the sun going longer gives you so much more energy. Another thing that can help you during those gloomy periods where maybe you're feeling a little bit down is AG1, a foundational nutritional supplement that supports your body's universal needs like gut optimization, stress management, and immune support. Since 2010, AG1 has led the future of foundational nutrition, continuously refining their formula to create a smarter, better way to elevate your base health. If you need prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes for gut support, that is one of the best parts about using AG1 and making it a part of your daily routine like you do. We do our mornings on Tuesday, and you yelled at me. You said, Tyler, are you having your coffee before your AG1? I said, damn it.
Guys, I've been taking this stuff for over 2 years.
Really?
Yes. And I swear by it. It's such a good way to start your day because you see all the good stuff that you just laid out, plus much more that you put in your body to start your day.
Vitamin
Set
C,
yourself up.
zinc to support your immune health as well. Liam, you haven't been doing it for 2 years, but you've been doing it for a handful of months now, and you love it.
I do love it. It's actually quite a tasty way to kick off the day.
Which is the other surprising part is the
Yeah.
taste. You think when you read off all those benefits, you're like, but it is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
What
swear
else?
by it.
I think it's great too.
There you go. AG1 recommended by the 3 of us, and that's why we're excited
And
to welcome
Cindy
them.
Crawford.
And
Endorser.
okay.
Whoa.
That's why we're
My
excited
daughter's
to
named after.
welcome them as a new partner. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/OilersNation. That's drinkag1.com/OilersNation. Check it out.
I was with AG1 when they had the original bottle they gave you.
Wow.
Which was a bit of a disaster. And they knew that. And now they've made the bottle way better.
It's a great ball.
It's a great bottle.
It
Before you used
is.
to open it and like it would like shoot a little bit. I don't know, because there's like pressurization
Oh,
because they have a little seal on it.
Yeah.
Just shoot. And like if you're wearing a white hoodie, you'd get a little speck. And then I'm like, hopefully fix this. And they did. And now it's very sleek.
It's very
I've like I said, I am like one of the day ones.
OG AG1.
I'm a OAG.
Okay, we are going to get back to the Oilers in just a second, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Eastern Conference play, or a little bit about the Eastern Conference playoff race.
Pittsburgh's in it.
wild.
Insane. Absolutely insane that Pittsburgh is still in it. You look at this.
Like
Pittsburgh now-
realistically, probably are going to make it.
Well, here's the one thing working against the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. They have the toughest schedule amongst all those teams. They have to go their final 7 games. They get Washington, playoff team.
That's huge. 4-point game.
Yeah. Tampa Bay, wagon right now. 8-1-1 in their last 10. Leafs, starting to look legit again. Red Wings, right in the mix. Bruins, again, playing great hockey right now. Then they get the Preds. Then they get the Islanders. They
They're
play.
have to want it.
They don't have a single bottom feeder team in that mix, which is wild.
Have to want it.
Yeah.
Who've they been beating then?
They beat the Devils last night, beat the Rangers the game before that. They've won 4 of their last 5.
Like that's the goal, is to leapfrog Washington. That's the only way in.
Nope, their only way in, or their more likely way in, is over the Flyers.
Oh, that's right.
So right now they're 3 back of Washington, but Washington has the game in hand on them. Pittsburgh is only 4 back of Philly. Pittsburgh has the game in hand on them. Pittsburgh owns the tiebreaker. So you actually just have to move into a tie with Philly.
And then what's Philly's strength of schedule to finish the season?
So Pittsburgh have, like Tyler said, the 7th most difficult schedule. Washington has the 11th. Philly has the 24th.
Oh,
They have one difficult game the rest of the way, and it's the Rangers.
Yeah.
However, Philly lost to Montreal and Chicago recently, I think.
They have. They've
So
lost.
they're sliding.
They've lost 5 games in a row. They lost to the
clock is striking midnight.
Panthers, Rangers, Habs, Hawks, Islanders are their most recent losses. They go Buffalo, Columbus, Montreal, Rangers. Then they get Devils, Caps to end the season. That that Capitals Flyers game on the 16th could actually be who gets in, who doesn't, which is potentially setting up for some really good theater. You mentioned the Philadelphia Flyers slipping as of late, and I wanted to use that. Usually we do sounds of the oil for our friends at Snow Valley Aerial Park and the Rainbow Valley Campground. But I wanted to do, we're going to call it, what do we get? Sounds of the League, because there was a really interesting soundbite that came out of Philly today.
Make a noise for that.
It's
a signal. It sounds of the league. Gong.
Gong.
Thank you, Liam.
Thank you.
Sounds of the League delivered and presented by Snow Valley Aerial Park, opening up on May 31st. It's family fun all summer long. Also, the Rainbow Valley Campground. Did you know I was at Snow Valley yesterday?
Really?
And I went.
Oh,
Personal matter.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it's good for those personal matters.
I've
Really?
been to a
Know
personal matter there.
Yeah, I know someone who went there for a personal matter,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a great evening.
They got it resolved?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
was
all is good.
very intrigued by what they have to offer when it comes to those personal matters.
Mm.
A lot of good qualities.
Well, now there's some more amenities to extend it with the personal matters that I'm assuming could be made available to the personal matter.
Yeah, maybe people coming in from out of town for the personal matter could camp at the Rainbow Valley Campground.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's one thing. I feel like maybe bring your golf clubs to the personal matter.
Target golf during the personal matter. Just a nice little break. It's a stressful personal matter.
Well,
potentially.
or you get a nice evening game going there.
Tyler Mulick, what are you talking about?
it's a personal matter.
It's a- I was
Personal
at-
matter, man. Just let the guy live.
Yeah, come on. Anyways, shout out to Rainbow Valley Campground and Snow Valley Aerial Park.
For all your personal matter needs.
What the hell is going on? Sounds of the League. Let's take a listen into what John Tortorella had to say. It's about a minute long. Let's play it.
Down to, right? It always comes, oh, they're going to quit on him. It follows me around. And so be it. If a player's going to quit on me, or players are going to quit on me because I'm trying to make them better people and better athletes, you got the wrong damn coach here, and you got the wrong damn people here. So I'm not sure what goes on. My job is I am going to push athletes, and I try to stay away from I have other things on my mind that I don't give you. I was in control the other night. What I said I meant. And quite honestly, when I watch the tape now, I'm more concerned than just the second period. Because I'm so proud of the team getting here. And I guess now the narrative out there is, because I've heard from other people, that they're young, They're not supposed to be here. Bullshit. We're here. We're here. Face it. And let's be better. And I don't think we're ready to be better. And that's my problem with us right now. And it is my job. I have not done a good enough job to get them over the hump after playing those 7 games. And then each game as it goes down, we have 6 left. I haven't done a good enough job to make them understand we have to be different now. We have to be at a different level. That's my frustration with me, and that's my frustration with the team. And if people can't handle it, so be it.
There you go.
He really wanted to say F off.
I know.
He really did. Credit to the Flyers media for the video. He's such an interesting guy because there are times where he flies off the handle and you're just like, shut up, Torts. Like, but then he has moments like this where you're like, you kind of have to remember that like it is his job to fly off the handle sometimes. Like he doesn't
feels like to be the lightning rod for his players sometimes.
It's calculated, it feels like.
Yes.
I didn't like the way he handled the Couturier thing. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So like sometimes he does go a little bit too far, but then you hear that side of Torts and you kind of understand why like there are a lot of players who swear by him. They love him.
Yeah. When I was working at the Sherwood Crusaders, Jeff Whitaker played under Torts in New York. And Jeff played under Torts, Dave Tippett, Hitchcock, and there was one other notable coach in there. I can't remember who it was, but he said that Torts was the best coach he ever had at any level. He said the respect the players had for him, like you wouldn't believe. And he would still talk to him and stuff like that. And when he was still around, and that's why like the Couturier thing is interesting. I don't think he should have done it, but also
I think he maybe just could have been handled.
I
like the like.
But I think
I like the idea of a coach setting a tone and like putting your captain if he's underperforming, because like it's about the team. And if everyone like, and I maybe think maybe it could have been wordsmith a little bit better, or maybe, you know, just, but like, I like a coach that's willing to make a bold move. Like look at the Nashville Predators. They didn't get to go see you too. What do they do to respond? They go on a 19-0-2 heater.
I think
whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, they went undefeated for.
But like I'm not like it's got to be things like that have to be connected to that kind of result. So I don't know. I've got like, and there's moments where he's a little cringe, but like that guy will take a bullet for his players.
Yeah,
like that's the type of coach he is. He really loves the guys, and he just wants you to play as hard as you can and be the best player you can, but that's ultimately going to unlock a really good outcome for the team. And he's really good at getting that.
I think another thing too with the Couturier thing, people are saying, like, oh, there's other guys you could have taken out. It's like, yeah, but what would that have done? Like, and I obviously the results haven't gone the way it should have gone.
2 wins in their last 10.
But also, if you take out a fourth line guy, it's expected that guy goes out of the lineup every other night or whatever it is, right? Like taking out your captain is a statement for this locker room. And I hope they make the playoffs, to be honest, because they're not supposed to be here. And like he said, is that they are here. And eventually it kind of gets to the point. And how many games left? 6 or whatever. And we're still talking about them being the team to drop out when they're third in their division. I know the points are tight and everything, but like if that was Vegas, which it is, we're not talking about them dropping out of the playoffs. And granted, 2 very different projects going on there, but they're third in the division. They've been there all year.
Yeah. So let's do a little prediction time. I keep nudging the Koskinen banner.
Yeah, show some respect.
Yeah, come on.
He once allowed 4 goals on 4 shots.
If you had to make a prediction based on the Eastern playoff picture right now, who do you think gets in, who doesn't? And maybe even a better question, Philly is such a cool underdog story. The way they've gone, like they're supposed to be a lottery team, and they're looking like a playoff team. Getting Sid back in for another playoff run would be great, though. I think personally what I want to see between the last 2 spots, I want Pitt and Washington to get in. I want Ovi and Sid to be in the playoffs again. I want to get more moments like that. I think the likeliest scenario is that it stays like it. No, I'll say the likeliest scenario is Washington, Detroit are the 2 that get in. But what do you guys think?
Well, how about if Pittsburgh gets in and finishes 3rd? It's Pittsburgh, Carolina.
That'd be again. So holy shit, would that ever be something?
Yeah. I think Philly will get in, and I will say, I actually think the Red Wings will sneak in instead of Washington.
Could see that tied right now, but a game in hand for Washington.
So what would that be? They would play
the
top
Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers.
Hattie Kane revenge series.
That'd be a great narrative.
Revenge,
Jay,
revenge.
if I gave you a magic wand and said you could get in 2 teams. You get to pick them. The NHL is going to let you rig the games.
I never want to. I never want to count out Sid, but I don't want Dubas to have any success.
Well, that's fair.
And that's why Sid needs to leave Pittsburgh.
Well, okay, but he's not.
But so I'm trying to think of, is it my respect for Sid or my dislike for Dubas? Which one am I? So I'm going to say go Philly.
Okay.
And I feel like Wash could slide out and Detroit move in.
I was battling with the same.
I'm torn. Like Washington just keeps getting it done.
And I do like, who's their coach again? Spencer Carberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cool the job he's been able
I know.
to
And
do.
so it's like, ugh.
There's so
and I
many
love TJ
storylines.
Oshie.
I love Ovi, to be honest.
To me, it's up to Ovi. Like, does Ovi want to play any more playoff games, or is he just here to get the record? Like, these are the things you have to ask, and it's true.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Let's move off of this and give you all a chance to win $25 from our friends over at Nation Gear. It's the Merch Madness sale. It's on now. NationGear.ca. 20% off all regular season merch. Some exclusions apply. Free shipping on all orders over $200 as well. So go check out. We just re-released some of our older designs as well. So if you head over there, check out all the great Oilers Nation gear we got.
And stay tuned for the upcoming playoff.
Yeah, new playoff merch coming as well. I was looking
moving away from me for some reason. It keeps moving away from me. Maybe because I'm just blowing hot air.
I noticed of some of the newer ones or older designs that we put back up on the site. We have a Keep Nuge Forever in blue, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, we also got
Sweater or t-shirt?
T-shirt. Also, that
Thong.
is. Also, it is your chance to get your tickets to our next game day at Greta. It is coming up on April 6th. Free swag at the door, prizes to be won, beverage specials, and more. Get your tickets now at nationgear.ca. It's a BOA. You already know Greta is going to be rocking. We're going to be doing pre and post game from there as well. And as always with our events, they are in support of a good cause. This time around, we are partnering up with the Logan Hunter Memorial Fund. April 6th is the 6th anniversary of the Humboldt Broncos tragedy. So obviously that's something that's near and dear to all of us. And we're happy to be supporting the Logan Hunter Memorial Fund with this event. So get your tickets now, nationgear.ca. Liam's game. If you are new and you have never played it before, this is how it works. Liam gives us one easy player and one hard player. He's got clues for your mystery Oiler. It is someone who played on the Oilers after the year 2000.
And also the Dallas Stars. I do this on
Whoa.
game days.
All right.
So
A
they
little
play for
twist.
both teams.
The easy clue comes up, or the easy player comes up first. You need to be the first person in the YouTube chat to get it if you want to be entered in the draw. We then do a difficult player, first 3. Get your names into the prize wheel. One of you gets $25 to Nation Gear. So let's go, Liam.
All right, here we go, Aaron. You ready? I was drafted in 2013 and still play in the NHL. The GM that drafted me is still my GM today. I've played for 4 NHL teams, but never for the team that drafted me. I've played more games for Dallas and Edmonton. I've played over 500 in my career. I am European.
Jay, do you know who it is?
Let Jay think. It might be.
Ooh, I got it.
I don't know.
Bang. Come on.
Well, we got to let people in the chat have a go.
Gotta let people in the chat have a go.
Oh, someone got it.
Someone got it?
In the NHL and he's Euro.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Who was it? Or who was the guy?
This guy's in a Euro I'm thinking of.
Rusty.
It was Rusty?
I think so. That's what I wrote down.
Hemsky. Wasn't Toby Reeder. Wasn't Chason, Horkoff, Pitlick, Shore. It was Rusty. Boy, he beat Braden Showtime by must have been a second.
Matthias Janmark. Ken Holland drafted him in Detroit.
And Janmark never played, and now he's in Edmonton.
That's good.
There you go. Matthias Janmark was your easy mystery player
for
the first clue.
So Rusty's in.
Can I guess the answer to the hard one before you even ask the question?
Yeah.
Mark Fistrick.
No, it's not Mark.
All right. Let's see the difficult one, Liam.
Let me pull it up so I can see it too. Okay, I played 151 games in the NHL. I retired last season while playing in my home country. I played 1 season in Edmonton. My rookie
I think I know
season in the NHL was 2009. I am a defenseman.
I think I know who it is. I'm really.
Sorry, last season was last year?
In pro hockey.
Can I whisper it?
Yeah, but if you get it right.
Oh, in pro hockey.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did.
Let's go. Oh, I'm dialed in today, Liam. I'm dialed
You're
in
on
today.
fire. You did
Oh,
those both so
2 for
fast.
2.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Don't mess around with me and my Oilers Dallas Stars
No,
trivia.
it's not Jason Demers. That would have been a good one, no, all things considered.
Yeah, new friend Gazdick. I mean, never technically played for Dallas, right?
Or defense.
Or a defenseman.
Oh, different.
No one's got it yet, eh? He was a part of a relatively
Oh,
famous Oilers trade.
So he finished pro hockey
in his home country, yeah.
in his home country.
Oh, one person got it.
There's-
Oh, it's
well, don't say it if you know it, because we haven't gotten 3 yet. We got 2.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, Craig Fisher. Welcome, Craig.
Good job, Craig. Do you know Craig?
Yep.
I know Craig too.
Oh.
We went to high school together.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
What's up, Craig?
Come
Oh,
on.
no.
One more person needs to get it before we close things off.
Come on. He was all-
That was a really famous Oilers trade. I remember where I
don't
was the
remember
day it
that
went
trade
down.
At all. I should have looked.
There you go.
Sorry,
OJ's got it. OJ Gaze.
Who was it?
Philip Larson.
Larson.
He was a part of the Horkoff trade.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, little Philip.
Little fella.
He
So-
was so tiny.
So in the draw, we have Rusty. Oh, my laptop froze. Tyler, you have to pull up the wheel of names.
I'll
Okay,
give it
so
a
it's
moment.
Rusty, Aiden O'Neill, Craig, and OJ Gaze. Come on. Wheel of Names. It's called Wheel of
Wheel of Names. I'm on it. Wheel of Names. Okay. Sorry. So it was, wow, the last time I did this, Aiden O'Neill was also in a draw.
Perfect. He's
Rust-
in it often.
Rusty, Aiden O'Neill, Craig, and who?
OJ.
OJ. All right. We're spinning the wheel.
Hello, X-World.
Ba-ba-da-da. Oh, I
Oh,
was gonna show everybody. There's the wheel for proof that we did it. The winner is Aiden O'Neill.
He wins so often.
Aiden, you're banned from 2 weeks. It's like draft lottery rules. You can't win Liam's game for 2 weeks now. But congratulations. You've got $25 to Nation Gear. Email me, Tyler@thenationnetwork.com to claim your prize. Philip Larson. Hello. That's a good pull, Liam.
Yeah, that was a good one. Mark Fistrick. It's funny you said that because I did look into him a little bit to do it.
Who else did you look into?
Well, I just Googled Oilers and
I was trying to think of like some like dirty ones.
there
Brad
was
Winchester played for both?
Obviously, Horkoff.
Sounds plausible.
Hensky,
Sheldon Surrey.
There was a goalie. Can't remember. Wasn't there a goalie? I don't remember. Keith Acton was one, but he didn't.
Yeah, but that's before
That was
2000.
before.
That's way. It's in the 80s,
Yeah,
90s, bro.
But he was the one who I think played the most for both teams.
And he probably would have played for the North Stars.
Oh, really?
Well,
Well, yeah, that would have been out of it. Yeah, Jason Arnott is another good. Oh, Mike Smith, that was the goalie.
All right.
yeah, Mike Smith. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Liam's game brought to you by Nation Gear. And Greta will be there Saturday for the BOA. Get your tickets now at nationgear.ca. Continuing along, getting set for the game tonight. Let's do the Betway Game Day Betting Challenge, gentlemen. Right now, with our friends at Betway, you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Simply create an account, scan the QR code on the screen, and redeem your bonus. Place a bet, no minimum amount required. And if the bet loses, you will get a refund up to $200. You can then use that money to bet on your favorite sports. This offer is only available outside of Ontario. Scan the QR code on your screen now. Find out how with Betway you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. We are all coming off losses in the Betway Game Day.
I've been
betting
losing a
challenge.
lot.
You're sliding, Jay. You're
Well, it's
slipping.
because I'm reaching. I'm going for big, chasing the juice.
So,
big juice.
what's the strategy today?
This is a tough game.
Tough game.
So I just looked at it as realistic as I could.
Okay. Do we have the board?
Go with Oilers and under 6.5. It was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-2 win. Let's go.
Tyler.
I am going Zach Hyman over 3.5 shots on goal, -110. He is absolutely crushing this as of late. I am 1,000% wagering on this evening. These are his shot totals over his last 8 games. 4, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 8, 4. He's hit this thing in 8 consecutive hockey games. They're still giving it at -110. Sign me up. Hyman shot prop.
I went with Oilers money line plus 165.
They're that big of dogs tonight.
They are
That is actually crazy.
Are they?
165.
I don't think Liam can make it up.
Well,
Or
Oh,
could he?
Good.
he does like to mess around
Well,
with that board.
There's a reason we took the records away.
Yeah, because Liam forgot how to count.
That's not very good of me.
Just quickly, the Oilers so far this season, when they've been underdogs, and granted, it is not something that has happened very often this year. Damn it, I just lost it. Come on now, where is it?
Well, and they should be dogs.
Dogs.
That's the whole
oh
thing.
my
Like,
God.
so that's good.
Can I give you? Wow, I want you guys to guess this.
Philip Larson.
That sounds like an airplane.
It might
taking
explode.
off. It might explode. The Oilers have played 73 games this season. How many times this year do you think they've been underdogs?
3.
Well, it's hard to say because they weren't even underdogs when they played Toronto in Toronto.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get no respect.
5.
They are 3-3 this year as underdogs. So they've been underdogs 6 times.
Oh, that was close.
So.
Liam, I hate to say this, but on the money line, they're 105. It's plus 165 for the win, draw, win.
Oh, and
that's what I meant. That's what I actually
okay.
meant.
you're taking them in
Regulation.
Regulation.
That's a
he's
juicy
reading this
money line.
contest.
Yeah.
65.
Thank you for bringing truth to this. I knew Liam was trying to pull a fast one there.
To
I
be
was
fair,
like, there's
even
no
if I
way
did
they're
try and screw us,
165.
I'd still be significantly ahead of both of you.
Well, but now it doubts why you're significantly ahead.
Yep.
You are in control of this.
Yeah. There you go. Betway Game Day Betting Challenge. I'll look to climb back a little bit closer to the positives. I got time. What'll be interesting is game 82 and how we're going to handle that. Because, I mean, that's the one where you might just have to take a big swing and hope you can hit something.
Or just take the night off. Load up for playoffs.
Load bankroll management day. I'm not wagering on the final game of the season.
Well, it depends. Like if McDavid needs 3 points to get the lead, I will put my house on that. Do not put your house on anything. But I would.
Let's get to our keys to victory for Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. It's now open in the heart of Sherwood Park, and it's the exclusive spot in Sherwood Park for all things Yamaha, which include Yamaha boats, boat motors, dirt and street bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. You two boys drive past it all the time. Still looking just as beautiful as day one.
It is. I love the black exterior.
It is nice. All right. It is your spot to get loaded up for the summer as well, because the weather's starting to turn. You want to be out on the water. You want to be ripping around on an ATV out at the cabin. That sounds good. Let them handle it. Keys to victory for this evening. I'll go first. I mentioned that rather shitty road PK for the Dallas Stars. The Oilers' power play has not been good on the road. It could have got them a big goal and helped them get the 2 points against St. Louis. It didn't. It let them down. I think the power play cannot let them down a second straight hockey game. You will get opportunities. You need to take advantage of 1 or 2 of them. Oilers need to score on the power play.
Yeah, that was going to be mine. Can I go with that one too?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you do that.
Well, we can all echo it, but then come up with reach for something.
Reach for something. Score goals that'll count.
Yeah, I was gonna say stop
probably a good
scoring.
one.
That's a
disallowed goals.
Yep, that is a good key to victory.
That was annoying in that game, especially because it was not apples to apples or whatever, level playing, whatever. Well, this just in, the Dallas Stars are a good hockey club.
7 wins in a row.
So I just want a concerted defensive effort from forwards and defense. Let's shut these guys down. Let's just win a tonight. I don't care if it's a boring hockey game. 2-1. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just shut these guys down because they're hot. Pepper Ottinger, choke them out. Get the dub.
OJ wants to know why you hate Kyle Dubas. Apparently, it's something
Because he wears fake glasses.
I said
really?
dislike.
Dislike, yeah.
Well, because everyone thinks he's so he's so good.
Yeah.
And he's not. Like, look at the turmoil he's left in Toronto.
Also, he's such
look what he did look what he did in Pittsburgh in like a very short order.
6 months, yeah.
So like the fact that he's like this nouveau savant GM.
But also, so there's the analytics crew that hate him because he's not actually good at analytics. And
But that was initially why they loved him.
I know. And then it was like, oh, wait, no, he doesn't do anything that well analytically. But then there's the old school people who hate him because they think of him as the analytic computer boy. And then it just leads to everyone hating Kyle Dubas.
So
if he took off the glasses, he'd be fine.
I'd have more
where
respect
are
for him.
those amazing depth interesting signings.
Oh, he gave Noel Achari a 3-year deal.
Right. Like, so where are all those where like that really plays and has massive impact, playing around the edges where he's like really getting analytical to bring people in to help that, instead of bending over and signing everyone to the max term or the term they want to the max money. Like, I'm sorry.
OJ says, I like him for making the Leafs bad. Fair.
Well, you know what? That's fair. That is a very fair comment. And I'll always respect. Maybe he hates the Leafs too. I don't know.
Just one more note on the Dallas Stars and back to keys to victory for Power Sports and Marine. Dallas has outshot the opposition at 5-on-5 in 6 consecutive hockey games in 7 of their last 8 games. And in those last 8 games, the game where they got outshot, it was only 28-27. So they have been forces at 5-on-5 as of late. And that is something the Oilers will have to keep toned down.
And we'll get to see Chris Tanev tonight on the wrong team.
I forgot about that. That sucks. Oh, well.
Could have been.
Remember John Chaika?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, that because they came in at like the same era.
Yeah.
Dubas and Chaika. Then Chaika cheated.
What a cheater.
Yeah, he's
Just
Mhm.
I always associate those two
All
because
right.
he was pretty analytical. If I
He was
like,
very
super.
yeah.
He has
super
a
duper duper,
company about analytics.
Oh, really?
Him and his sister.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap up the show with the menu for our friends at DoorDash. 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more. All you need to do is download the DoorDash app and enter the promo code NATION25. Check out the new Double Dash feature. It's your opportunity to add a second stop onto your DoorDash order for no extra delivery fees. Also, my favorite thing to do with DoorDash, and I did this yesterday, driving home, sitting in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, I got 20 minutes until I will be back at home. I know the burrito place by my house is 15 minutes away. So I fire up.
Are you going to your in-laws?
Huh?
Are you going to your in-laws?
No, no, I'm not. But I fire up DoorDash, and instead of getting it dropped off at my house, I just do the pickup option. So then as soon as I leave the parking lot, boom, order. As soon as I pull up to the burrito place, walk in, thank you. No waiting in line. None of that. Grab my food. Boom, I'm right back home. That's good living.
No extra fees.
No extra fees. You just go get your burrito. It's good living, guys. Menu for today: the out-of-town scoreboard. The game you're going to want to keep an eye on is Vancouver, Arizona. Also, to an extent, Seattle, LA. Go LA.
Yeah. No, go Kraken.
Why?
Because I want LA booted from the playoffs.
Oh, Jesus, Liam, we're back on this.
Why can't I root against the team I hate the most?
Is St. Louis any
three back, but LA is a game in hand, so this is their game in hand.
Exactly. Go Kraken. Screw the Kings.
Kings can be like the thing is, like, it's like Kings could just turn on and be a playoff juggernaut. So yeah, screw the Regicide. Let's go.
Yeah. Smell you later.
Regicide.
Take down the King, unleash the Kraken. Let's see the Blues in.
Blues will be playing in the background.
Yep. All right. Also, outside of the NHL, Blue Jays finished their series against the Houston Astros today. That game last night was one of the weirdest baseball games I've ever watched in my life. There was just so much nonsense that went on. Jays were down 1-0 top of the ninth, got a 2-run home run, won the game 2-1. It's good living.
I'm going to the home opener.
What?
Yeah. I have to go to Toronto for work, and it just happened to be the home opener, so I'm going to the home opener.
I am so jealous of that.
When do they play? Who do they play?
Should find more ways to have to go to Toronto for work.
Yeah, I should. Oh, wow. Well,
who do they play?
Don't even know. Rays?
The Mariners.
The Mariners.
Don't even know.
But I'll dust off my Vladdy Guerrero Jr. jersy.
Oh, and it's the new. You get to see the new stadium.
I'm going to an event on the WestJet flight deck.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
I'm very jealous of all this.
I'm most of the reason why I'm doing it is to make you jealous.
I know. That's probably why you were smirking before the show.
Actually, I totally forgot about it until right now.
Tyler's fuming. I am fuming. All right. That is a wrap on today's edition of the show. Big shout out to Sherwood Ford the Giant for another Sherwood Ford Giant game day edition of the program. We got a couple more guests coming up this week as well. Tomorrow, hopefully a victory edition of the show as well. There you go. That's a wrap. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. See you on Pre-Gaming with Boardsy at 7 o'clock this evening. That's all.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit Oilersnation.com.